to do nonviolence? Okay, somebody want to read the statements of nonviolence?
Elise does.
Elise? Oh, Elise is here. Good. Where's Elise at anyway?
Elise is up there. Elise, you want to read the statement of nonviolence, don't you?
That's what she's working on, right?
Elise, you want to read the statement of nonviolence on? Yeah, you do.
No, I'm going to talk to her again.
That's your project, right?
I just stopped here to talk about the single nonviolence.
All right. We have it. Your name is?
Don't attack
Bro.
me. I'll guard you. I got your back.
That. Don't attack.
I don't know. No.
We are an open participatory.
Yeah, I guess it helps.
We are an open. Participatory, democratic, horizontal, peaceful, non-violent movement. We are not a leaderless movement. We are a movement of leaders. As a non-violent movement, we have agreed to refrain from violence against any person from carrying weapons and from destruction of property. We reject violence, including property destruction, because we recognize that it undermines popular support and discourages the broadest possible participation among the 99%. We believe nonviolence promotes unity, strength of message, and an environment in which everyone's voice might be heard.
Great job. All right. Do we have any new people? Okay, no new people.
New people.
Okay. Can we get somebody? What is it?
It's stable for the minute.
Okay.
Figure out my place.
Is that a new person? Okay, that's a new guy. We like to acknowledge you. Can we acknowledge the new guy? You want to read the statement of nonviolence? What's the other one?
Principle of solidarity.
Solidarity.
I'll do it.
All right, come on.
I'll read that one. Principles of solidarity. We are the 99%. And we have moved to reclaim our mortgage futures. Through a direct democratic process, we have come together as individuals and crafted these principles of solidarity, which are points of unity that include but are not limited to engaging in direct and transparent participatory democracy.
I refuse to
Exercising personal and collective responsibility. Recognizing individuals' inherent privilege and the influence it has on all interactions, empowering one another against all forms of oppression, redefining how labor is valued, the sanctity of individual privacy, the belief that education is a human right, and endeavoring to practice and support wide application of open source. We are daring to imagine a new socio-political and economic alternative that offers greater possibility of equality.
and liberty and justice for all. Doesn't that sound like the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sort of.
See you later. You're doing worse than the guys inside it.
All right, now we're going to go into committee reports. Do we have any committees that want to report? No committee?
I can report that
No committee?
I want to report that my lady is okay.
She's pretty.
You are her. Oh, you are. No, that's not my blood.
If we do not have committee reports,
We reports.
we want those who took part in the action today
She took part in the action today
to engage, to lead us in the discussion
to lead us in the discussion
in the case of Citizens United.
In the case of Citizens United.
We think that horrendous ruling,
Within that horrendous ruling,
that very infamous statement by the Supreme Court, is something that we should take a second look at this evening.
something we should take a look at this evening.
So if there are some of us here
Friends,
who were at the action today, please step forward so that we can discuss this matter.
We're at the action today. Please step forward so we can discuss.
Anybody from the action committee
Anybody
from the Action Committee,
who wants to help us with this discussion?
who would like to help us with this discussion?
it's by far the loudest voice I've ever heard.
Okay, that is.
All right.
Is there anybody, please, who attended this event from the action committee?
Is there
Is
anybody
anybody who
here
attended
who
the Action
attended the event
Committee?
from the Action Committee?
I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Mike.
Okay, Mike, if you can give us a brief report, and then after Mike, if there's any report from Washington, D.C. about the same action.
Mike will give us a brief report, and after Mike, if there's any report from Washington, D.C., we will hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was basically a lot of speakers,
Dele,
It was basically a lot of
you should get a
speakers.
report about
a lot of
UC
chairs.
Irvine.
A lot of chairs.
Some of the
Beth was
speakers
there
had
too.
a lot of good
I don't want to
things
talk,
say.
but
Some of the speakers had a lot of good things to say.
I don't think it was an action.
I don't think it was an action.
I've been to many actions.
I've been to many actions.
It was just a lot of speakers.
It
No,
was just
a lot of speakers.
some sidewalk chalk.
Citizens United is a bad decision.
Citizens
United is a bad decision.
It puts America back hundreds of years.
that puts America back.
hundreds of years.
It's a tyrannical
It's a tyrannical
way of continuing on with corporate ruling.
Continuing on with corporate ruling.
Corporations aren't people,
corporations are not people.
and money should be out of politics.
And money should be out of politics.
Jim Laverty spoke for about 15 minutes. What he said was
Jim
basically
Laverty
that the
spoke for a few
two-party
minutes.
system has failed us.
Tim Laverty spoke for about 15 minutes. What he said was that the two-party system has failed us.
And we should be encouraged to have candidates that truly believe in our movement.
And we
should
should
have
have
candidates
candidates
Candidates that truly believe in our movement.
That's about all I have to say.
That's
That's
all I
all I
have
have
to
to
say.
say.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else?
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else?
Nobody else?
Nobody else?
We got a committee that's okay. What you got?
Mic check.
Mic check.
We have some of our comrades
Do we have some of our comrades?
who were at UC Riverside
We're at UC Riverside.
about the same action today.
Hi.
Hi.
So I've been to Regents meetings before.
So I've
Been to Regents meetings before,
Mostly
I have to
in the Bay
move.
Area.
mostly in the Bay Area.
They changed locations this time.
They changed locations this time.
Because they thought UCR
Can I trade places with you? Because I can't see.
I have to say, UCR exceeded my expectations.
UCR exceeded my expectations.
People were politicized yesterday.
People were politicized yesterday.
People were radicalized.
People were radicalized.
I saw so many students participate.
I saw so many students participate.
So many students were observing.
So many students were observing.
And they got to see the injustices firsthand.
And they got to see the injustices firsthand.
What kind of education system
What kind of education system
has these regents
has these regions
who make these important decisions
who make these important decisions
without true participation
without true participation
from the students?
from the students?
The ones who are really being affected by the educational crisis.
The ones who are really being affected by the educational crisis.
Imagine being a regent.
Imagine being a regent.
You have these meetings every so often.
You have these meetings every so often.
And you have to have tons of cops.
And you have to have tons of cops.
Because there are tons of students protesting.
Because there are tons of students protesting.
So it was amazing.
So it was amazing.
The regents are assholes.
The regents are assholes.
They make tons of money.
They make tons of money.
Meanwhile, those UC students
Meanwhile, those UC students
have really large loans and debt.
have really large loans and debt.
The UC system is going down
The UC system is going down
because they're constantly increasing fees.
because they're constantly increasing fees.
In 2009, they raised tuition 32%.
In 2009, they raised tuition 39%.
Last fall, they raised, in 2010,
In 2002,
they raised fees another 8%.
they raised fees another 8%.
In June, they raised tuition 8%.
In June, they raised tuition 8%.
And they want to raise tuition again.
And they want to raise tuition again.
So a public higher education system
So a public higher education system
that's supposed to be for everybody
that's supposed to be for everybody
is obviously being privatized
is obviously being privatized
and becoming more inaccessible
and becoming more inaccessible
to students of color
to students of color
and low-income communities.
and low-income communities.
So come and support next time at the Regents meeting.
So come and support next time at the Regents meeting.
It was great.
It was great.
We were students mic checked the regents.
Students might check the Regents,
And they had their own general assembly.
and they had their own general assembly.
They passed 2 proposals during that time.
They passed 2 proposals during that time.
That's about it.
That's about it.
All right.
Okay. My name is Yuda.
My name
My
is
name is
Judah.
I was also at Riverside yesterday
I was also at Riverside yesterday
and today.
and today.
So what I wanted to report in
what I
to,
wanted
to
to
support
So what I want
Wanted
to
to
support and support
is what was amazing for me
What was amazing for me
was the way the police at Riverside
was
was the way the police at Riverside
acted as the Regent's private army,
acted as the Regent's private army,
and how the students actually talked to police during the whole day
and how students actually talked to the police the whole day
and put them to shame.
and put them to shame.
2 of our comrades
2 of our comrades
got shot by paint gun bullets.
got shot by paint gun bullets.
One is Anthony,
One is Anthony,
and the other one I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce the name. Shaima.
and the other one is Shima.
Just so everybody, those who don't know, would know.
So
That's everybody who doesn't know will know.
Other information
Other information
is that 3 people got arrested.
Is that
3 people got arrested.
One of them is from OLA. One of them is from Occupy LA,
One of them is from Occupy LA,
and 2 others that I don't know.
and 2 others that I don't know.
And lastly, today we had the General Assembly at noon,
And lastly, today we had the General Assembly at noon,
in which again there was a strong presence of Occupy LA,
which again there was a strong presence of Occupy LA,
both at the
encampment and at the General Assembly.
Both at the encampment and at the General Assembly.
And there was a strong feeling among the students.
And there was a strong feeling among the students
of gratitude. And of carrying on with the struggle.
And of carrying on with the struggle.
After all the reports, we are expecting another one from Beth, and then you can ask your question. 3 of them will take questions.
Yesterday, social media and web covered the event because all of our streamers are in DC. Patty's a new streamer. So I went with her. With flip cams in hand. And phone and Twitter and other. And let me say it was crazy. When we got there, they had just been chased out of the meeting. And the cops were everywhere. So we went to see what was going on. Time and time again, we watched the cops get surrounded. By protesters and students. They didn't really seem to know what to do. Because we kept moving around. And the students from UC Riverside and Irvine. Built shields that they call book blocks. To protect themselves. No one did anything violent. But they stood their ground. And they said they weren't leaving. They said this is our campus. They said we pay to be here. You know what they didn't say? We pay you to be here. Okay, that's what was lost. Our people lent a lot of support by assisting with the people's mic, by assisting with tactics because of what we've dealt with. Which included moving around, moving barricades, barricading themselves, surrounding the police, blocking entrances, and climbing things. Anthony and Shima got shot. It was pretty gnarly. They weren't paintballs. They were lead balls. That had a covering of paint and plastic. So it marks its victim. A student was also shot. An occupier from Riverside was also arrested. And we tried to cover it as best we can. All the footage that we got is available at ustream.tv /channel/PMbeers, which is promoted regularly on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, guys.
Those were great reports from Elena and the rest of them. Wonderful reports. If anyone is in doubt that the Occupy movement is well and alive, they should listen to this report. There is an analysis that just came out of Nigeria today. That's the reason why the labor movement was able to successfully mobilize the nation for a 5-day nationwide strike. Was because of the Occupy movement. So we are winning. Not only in LA, we are winning in Cairo. We are winning across the world. I want to call for anyone with a time-sensitive announcement. Which means, where's Elena? Come and see time-sensitive announcement from the place. What does this mean?
An issue or event that is coming up soon. So you need to take To publicize it.
Please do not fool this old man from Africa. So come and make another kind of announcement. That is not time sensitive. So it's time for time sensitive announcement. Please go to the stackers. Where are the stackers? Yeah. Who is on this side?
Don't look like we have it.
I'll go on the other
Okay. Okay, John.
Everybody. My name's John.
Hi, John.
Occupy is fucking awesome.
Occupy is fucking awesome.
And I'm with the awesome.
And I'm with the awesome.
Queer Affinity Group.
Queer Affinity Group.
And we will be hosting.
And we will be hosting.
Tomorrow night. PMGA.
Woo!
We're gonna spend
a
lot of time talking about privilege. And how it operates. In our society. So please come and join us. Let all your friends know. You don't need to be queer. To be here. On Saturday night. So see you then. And secondly, Women and Allies will be holding a Celebrate Choice for the anniversary of the Roe versus Wade decision. Sunday morning in MacArthur Park, the northwest corner Park Avenue in Wilshire. We'll be meeting at 10 a.m. To decorate Sheila's awesome yellow school bus. With signs. There'll be a picnic. From 11 till 1. And then there'll be, like education. And workshops. So swing on by. There's always hundreds and hundreds of people in MacArthur Park on a Sunday afternoon. So let's take the opportunity to do some community outreach. And last thing I want to say, I was really delighted to hear that Sunday night, Occupy Oakland will be doing their first all queer facilitated GA. So it's going to be a very queer weekend. Oh, the picnic in MacArthur Park to celebrate choice is a potluck. There'll be some food there, but bring your own to share. Thanks.
If you can.
Hi again. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. At the Peace Center, which is at 8124 3rd Street. We have a workshop. Organized by occupiers. Under the title. Occupy LA, the next steps. Or the next step. I'm not sure. So you're all invited.
Hey. If we don't have any more time-sensitive announcements, I will ask for the permission of the GA to allow us to go back to committee reports. I think the first committee we have here is Paul from Arts and Culture.
The first committee we have is Paul
from Arts and Culture.
Hello, occupiers.
Hello, occupiers.
This is actually just an announcement. Arts and Culture Network.
Arts and Culture Network.
I'm just announcing. A call for entries. So all artists out there. Please listen up. I am the artistic director. Of an organization based in Pasadena. Called Newtown. We are holding an exhibition. For the next art night. Which is March 9th. Where we will be exhibiting artwork in buses, trailers, and tents. I really hope to see some Occupy artwork there. To learn more about the call for entries, please go to newtownarts.org/artists.call.php. There will be an honorarium of $225 for those who are accepted. It's accepted based on board members' decision. So please submit your work. To learn more about it, just come talk to me. Thank you.
Website again.
Any other committee report?
newtownarts.org/I don't have my glasses.
Mike.